Something happened to me, but you wouldn't believe me if I told you.
In line with the idea of the show, have you guys ever given any thought about what your multiversal versions of yourselves would be doing if you guys weren't in the entertainment worlds?
There's a version of Blake out there that's like writing, Raymond Carver-esque fiction set in living rooms and teaching creative writing classes in Iowa and, wearing weird jackets and smoking a pipe, and,
That's hilarious. I won the Tour de France.
Oh, okay, good. Congratulations.
Yep, that happened.
Yeah. Well, regardless of what he was doing, he would be obsessed with Lucky Charms and any cereals with marshmallows in it, because I can't seem to shake that. I'm a middle-aged man. It's still what I'm often most concerned about.
Hey, Jimmy, how are you?
I'm good. Where are you guys?
We are in Toronto.
You know, the greatest compliment anyone's ever paid me is when they said, "You feel like a Canadian."
That's awesome. That's an awesome compliment for us.
Oh gosh, I love the energy. It feels like home when I'm up there.
We love that. Hopefully, next time you're here, we'll get to talk to you in person one day.
Dig it. We'll go to Timmy Hortons and have a donut.
Love that. We love it. We're so down for that. Thank you so much for sharing your time with us on the Movie Podcast today. We absolutely love you and we love your work. So we're just so grateful for your time.
Thanks, guys.
Right out the gate, we have to ask, the idea of the path not taken is something that is so fascinating to us and something that we absolutely love about this series. If you weren't in the world of entertainment, maybe you're a Canadian, who knows? But what do you think your multiversal self would be doing?
Well, regardless of what he was doing, he would be obsessed with Lucky Charms and any cereals with marshmallows in it, because I can't seem to shake that. I'm a middle-aged man. It's still what I'm often most concerned about. But I plan to be a cook, because I love cooking is a love language for me. And that was going to be the thing. And then when I started looking at culinary schools, they were all prohibitively expensive. And so I kind of slapped that. So maybe if I was born with dough, I would be a chef. I truly, that would be a reality.
That's a good pun. That's a good pun right there. Yeah.
And then once the cooking thing wasn't going to be a reality, I'm obsessed with books. I just love reading more than anything. It shaped me as a boy, as a man. And so I set my sights on getting an English degree so I could teach English. And then halfway through that, I took a lecture course in theater because it was part of my electives and I could skip it because it was a lecture course. And then when I audited the class halfway through, the professor, Karen Anselm, spotted me, said, "You're not here, I'm failing you unless you ace the finale," which was a performance piece. So I had to quick learn a scene and how to do a scene. And when I did it, she said, "You should be a major." And that, obviously affected my life in a drastic way.
Wow.
So yeah, I would be teaching English happily, probably doing community theater. I would be if I'd become a chef, I think I would be a stress case. I now truly understand the weight of that job and how I would want to do it. And God damn it, I think I saved myself there. And yeah, I'm quite happy with this career path. But I've made a lot of choices along my life, like everyone has, and that I've wondered if that was it, whether it's with a partner or a specific job. Should I have stayed? Should I have left? That whole thing. Did I waste this time when I could have gotten better?
Right.
I think this show really helps kind of like illustrate, okay, these are all the options. The reality is all of the shit that's happening to you is happening for a reason. And whether it's to grow your understanding or your knowledge or your gratitude, it's there on purpose. If you can wrap your mind around that. And so that's my take on this multiverse. It's first of all, it's based in reality, in the quantum physics truth of superposition, and then expanding that. So it's one of the most relatable multiverses, and it's also touching on an actual human condition and need to feel like I've done the right thing. So, man, it's my favorite multiverse I've ever been confronted with. I don't know how I'm so lucky that I get to be a part of the storytelling, you guys. But yeah, watching Joel, Jennifer, and Elise perform in this show is stunning. I think they're so exceptional. I think the show itself is just such a perfect articulation of this human daydream.
That's amazing.
Now, we would be remiss to not mention that selfishly, the reason why we wanted to talk to you so badly is we are going down a list of people that have been on Always Sunny. And, Liam McCoyle is one of our absolute favorite characters.
Not bad.
We love you so much from that show. And we got to know, what has that show meant for you?
Well, at first it was a chance to hang out with my buddy Charlie. We came up together in Summer Stock Theater in Massachusetts. We just instantly took to each other and moved in with each other in New York. And we both couldn't get arrested on film for years. No, not too long, but a couple years. And so we'd make all these shorts by ourselves that we just watched together because there was no YouTube. And so we would just be like, that's funny. And then we'd figure out. And so all of a sudden he was doing a show with Rob and Glenn, and he's like, hey, do you remember that character? You should do this guy. And so, yeah, that was the beginning. And then I love it because it's one of my best friends. It's his creation. It's something that he shepherded from the beginning, and it's really worked out for him. And I love it when my friends get the things they're after, and then I get to play with my friends. It's you can't beat it. And as far as I know, it's not going to end. So I will keep doing it as long as they keep making it.
We love that. We hope to keep seeing more of you there.
Yeah, man.
Jimmi, thank you so much for your time. We really hope we get to talk to you again, and all the best with the rest of your press tour. And we love this show, so we just cannot wait to see where it all goes.
Oh, yeah, and you're going to love it. You're going to be happy.
Hey, Blake and Matt, how you both doing?
We are good.
Good. How you guys
Good to
doing?
meet you guys.
We are absolutely loving Dark Matter, and we're really dying to know what happens at the end of the series. We're taking it episode by episode right now, and it is jaw-dropping.
That's
Oh,
awesome.
thank you.
That's great to hear. That's great to hear.
Matt, Dark Matter is a story that has been, in the works for a while now. What made you fall in love with it as a story?
I did. I fell in love with it hard and fast because I immediately identified. Part of what I love about it is it's set in tonally in our world. It's a grounded world, and it begs these enormous questions that, if we're super honest with ourselves, we all ask. Am I happy with where I am? Is this it? Is this what it is? And could it be something else? Would I want it to be something else? And if I could go back and change that thing? Those are epically huge existential questions, and to see it meted out in this family of people that you can easily identify with was just so powerful to me. I fell in love with it.
The idea of the path not taken, I think, is something that we keep thinking ourselves of, and that's been really evident through our watch of the series so far. So yeah, we're so hooked into it.
That's awesome.
I love it.
Blake, being the original author of Dark Matter book and serving as a showrunner and a writer and EP for the series, what was the best part for you to kind of adapt your own work for the screen?
Wow. The best part was assembling this cast. Without the cast that we have, I don't know we would be talking to you. I don't want to even honestly think about what that version of Dark Matter is. Dark Matter 2. So when you start seeing world-class actors as these characters who have only lived in your mind for so long, and there's an interesting moment when that happens. So the way casting often works is you send out scripts and you take a shot with someone, and if they like it, they respond to it, you jump on a Zoom and then you're just talking to them about the project and just kind of feeling each other out. And when it goes really well, they come on the screen and they start talking, and you just see this character you've been living with all these years, living and breathing in front of you. There's nothing that is more exciting than that in the adaptation process.
We absolutely love that. And there's such a great story that you're pushing out here as well. But for yourself, was there something that now you're getting a chance to do with a visual medium of it that you possibly didn't get to do with the novel?
For sure. I mean, there are plot lines that I didn't follow in the novel, like the Jason to Daniela story that was off screen. We very much put it on screen in the series. Visually, the novel is pretty cinematically ambitious, and yet there are moments in the show that were never in the novel. There's a really cool sequence at the top of episode 5 that was not in the novel, and it was hands down the most crazy production day of the whole series. I'm not going to spoil it, but I don't know where y'all are in the series, but when you get there, I think you'll know.
We love that. And that's what's so exciting about, having these like two mediums coexist with one another in their own realities too. We have to ask both of you, of course, in line with the idea of the show, have you guys ever, I'm sure you have you given any thought about what your multiversal versions of yourselves would be doing if you guys weren't in the entertainment worlds?
Yeah, a lot. I think there's a version of Blake that became a lawyer because he got into law school instead of getting rejected. I just, this made me remember this. I applied to MFA programs, writing programs, also out of college, and submitted excerpts of my first already soon to be published novel, and was roundly rejected by all of them. And I just think like there's a version of Blake out there that's like writing, Raymond Carver-esque fiction set in living rooms and teaching creative writing classes in Iowa, and wearing weird jackets and smoking a pipe, and, like I forgot about that. I forgot about that.
That's hilarious. I won the Tour de France.
Oh, okay, good. Congratulations.
Yep, that happened. That other universe.
We love that. Thank you both so much for your time again. We're loving this series so much, and we just cannot wait to see where it goes and for everybody to watch it once it is out on Apple TV Plus. Thank you both so much again.
Thanks guys for the time.